We are on the afternoon break on the first day of questioning of the undercover police officer HN118, who used the cover name Simon Welling to infiltrate Globalised Resistance, Dissent, and numerous other groups. We've just been listening to the questioning of 118 about his value for money documents. This document that he was supposedly written just as the SDS was being shut down after the Special Branch had merged with Counter-Terrorism Command. And when it was pointed out that he'd been lying massively to, in either his documents at the time or to Operation Hearn, who interviewed him in 2013, Operation Hearn said that he got very tearful and upset when he talked about how the bonds that he'd formed with his target group had come to an end. He said, "No, I didn't get emotional about that. I got emotional about," and started to sort of feign crying about the fact that lying to people every day had chipped away his soul.
Chipped away his soul, day by day, chipping away his soul.
I'm joined by Emily Apple,
hello.
of Dissent. What did you make of the bullshit we listened to? I mean, what you said.
It was fucking bullshit. It was hilarious. I mean, the thing is, Mick laps it all up. But he is so full of shit. He was so clearly lying, like his value for money document. He kind of went through it and went, "Oh, everything else I wrote, apart from this bit that I've clearly been caught out in a lie about."
Yeah.
Which obviously someone else, mysterious, even though loads of the staff had left by then, but I couldn't possibly tell you.
Couldn't work out.
Who might have added this embellishment to it. This whole embellishment, and the embellishment was that with the whole story with MT having this suicide jacket, that he'd gone and recovered it and destroyed it, and and his whole thing was, well, I didn't really want the, SDS to last at this point. So, it was, and everything else, he was just like, oh yeah, no, that's all right. Just this one bit. And then the same with the Operation Hand thing. He was just going through, well, that bit's right. That bit's right. Oh no, but not the 100 pints a month.
No, that's definitely not.
We did another 100 pounds a month. And then he started crying.
50 or 60. It was only 50 or 60 pints a month, not 100. I couldn't have possibly drank 100. I mean, the way that he deployed the tactical tears.
It was disgusting. And I think this is like, I keep coming back to this in my head when I'm thinking about it and thinking about how their evidence is viewed by the inquiry and by the chair. These are professional liars.
Yep.
Like that was what they did.
Yep.
For so many years and did to all of us. So
a career con man like cries to you as he's trying to cover up a lie. Do you A, believe him, or B, suggest it might be full of shit? I mean.
And then we had a break, so the poor dear kid.
Yeah,
which was good because I could laugh very loudly.
Yes,
I was trying to keep it in.
I think one of the most truthful things that was said was by Sir John Mitting, as he kind of said that we were going to have an early break, which was, I don't like it when witnesses get upset. Which he clearly doesn't, actually. He really genuinely doesn't like. And in the past, when we've seen people, civilians get genuinely upset when recounting the way in which their family member was brutally murdered by the state. He looks equally uncomfortable and desperate for a break then as well.
I mean, he is a man of a certain age and a certain class. Don't do emotions very well.
No. Like someone crying is like he's desperately looking for the door. Like pull the trap door, quick. Let's get out of here.
But I mean, it's just pathetic. I mean, like. And he keeps going, oh, but it's not as bad as I'm not trying to compare it to the women deceived into relationships. And it's just like, well, come off it. Just don't do it. You lied. You deceived everyone. Don't start pulling out the world's fucking tiniest violin. It's pathetic.
I mean, this point about this, that he said, of course, that's a much worse thing, which was something he referred to at the very beginning of the day. He's had numerous opportunities to speak more candidly about what his fellow officers were doing to him during the time of his deployment. He has repeatedly failed to do so. So, I mean, the fact that he's holding this up as obviously this is much worse, yet not actually speaking to it in any meaningful sense, really undermines his whole line there.
And I think that's been so evident throughout his evidence is just this kind of continued lying. It's just ridiculous. I mean, even still insisting that MT was the person that who wasn't the person who came up with this plan, and he's still going, oh no, I got that right.
I mean, it was really interesting when they were going this line by line sort of what I wrote, what I didn't write of the value for money document, which it was like sometimes it's like, oh no, the color word red, that wasn't me. He's just like anything in there which he's like, oh no, I wouldn't. It was so detailed. I mean, like, I can only hope to have such a good memory for something I wrote 20 years ago.
I know. I like you finding things I wrote 20 years ago, and man, oh wow, I wrote that.
I mean, I find things I wrote 20 days ago and go like, did I write that? Oh yeah, well, it appears like I did. It was my own shopping list. You know, I mean, come on, like.
But it's this sort of selective memory of kind of like he has this intense, detailed memory, like this conversation outside the pub with MT that he's clearly just made up.
Yeah, because
it's so obvious. He's
so
not
obvious.
in any of his reporting anywhere, and he's made it up to counter the fact that there's been all this evidence that he didn't have this in-depth conversation with MT. So he's invented this entire meeting outside. He's got like detailed memory down to even the fire door. And then all this stuff around the closure of the SDS, this really stressful meeting that he had, what was said, and suddenly it's like, oh no, don't have a memory of that. I mean, at least he's making more stuff up. Whereas a lot of the others was, I can't recall, and we get 3-word answers. Yeah. At least we got entertainment.
Yes, yeah. I mean, certainly he has been a bit more creative. I don't think he's going to win any creative writing awards, but he has had an attempt at it. I mean, so much of what, you know, he's definitely presenting a particular like face. He's presenting a particular sort of the idea of him being like a detail-orientated professional who's got a, you know, clearly kind of deeply concerned about kind of getting the facts and being very precise. Really falls apart with the contradictions that we're seeing.
Oh, absolutely. And then I think that's kind of like I can laugh about this because it's funny, but what he did and the lies he told were bloody serious, and they had a real impact on quite a few people. And I think when we joke and laugh about that, it's because we have to.
Yes.
But and that's because we're watching him do it. But there are consequences and bad, really severe consequences to the lies that he made up. And we need to be taking those apart, because on paper he's like this uber cop who infiltrated everything, and he's referred to as the one that did X, Y, and Z.
The field daddy.
The field daddy. Thank you. Yeah, because I was being vague because I suddenly remembered I didn't know what had gone into the public domain. But it's such bullshit. Like everything in the latter part of his deployment is bullshit. And it's really important that these lies are taken apart and deconstructed, and just have to hope that Mitting is able to see through these lies. And I actually think the way Don Ramble's been going through those documents has actually been quite good.
He has actually impressed me today.
Yeah, because I think going through that and going, oh well, is that bit right, and is that bit right, and is that bit right, I think really kind of drums the point home. Well, why is it just these bits then?
Right, yeah.
That makes no sense.
Yeah, it'd be really like you've just cherry picked out the most like, oh, that's a bit problematic. Oh, that's definitely not me. Just quickly on our like dark humor about a lot of this stuff. I know in the past people have like taken issue with the way in which I've reported to do with the fact that we do laugh and joke about it. These are very serious matters which have real implications for lots of people, including ourselves and the people we really care about. But quite frankly, when you've been like as deep as we have been for so many years in this inquiry, you've got to take your laughs where you can.
Oh my God, definitely. And I know for me, like I have complex PTSD as a result of a lot of policing stuff. And actually, one of the things I'm giving evidence next week, and one of the things I want to say at the start of my evidence is I will joke and laugh about things quite inappropriately. I've had bloody mental health professionals call me up on it because that's the way I deal with things. It's very dark stuff, and I don't think I would still be here doing the stuff that I'm doing, and and doing the political stuff outside of the inquiry that I'm doing if I couldn't laugh about this stuff as well.
Totally.
It somewhere.
It's only a short break. We are going to have to go back in fairly soon. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
No. Just look forward to what's coming the rest of the afternoon.
Yes, absolutely.
More lies, more tears.
Yeah, please.
Bring on the tears.
Please, bring on the tears. Send in the clowns. There's just had one of a comment here. The piggy HN118 crying at his deception. My heart bleeds. He was trying to fit people up for made-up terrorism. What a bastard! Absolutely. What a bastard indeed. Right, we better go in. Thanks for joining us. Please like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. It makes a huge difference how visible these videos are. And we'll see you.